We got some breaking news. The White House has been caught trying to hide Donald Trump's mental decline. They're trying to hide it. And they're not failing, because we are seeing in real time Donald Trump not making sense, going on long tangents, clearly less energetic than he was before, not really sure what he's signing, where he is, why he's there, but they're doing what they can to hide it. But before we get to that, I want to give you some candy, because it is still town hall season, where the reps in Congress go back to the communities. They hold town halls, or they're supposed to. And if they're Republicans, well, then their constituents let them know what they really think about them. And that happened to Mike Flood, where he got visibly upset after a woman called him a fascist. And look at all these people clapping because of it. Here's the clip.
The president is destroying our democracy by defying the courts and the Constitution, attacking and silencing free speech in the media, allowing security breaches, erasing history, using tax dollars and presidential power for personal gains, blaming DEI and using it to discriminate, and promoting eugenics and genocide, all while showing signs of cognitive decline. Your votes, actions, and inactions show that you are a fascist politician, so please explain how you are not encouraging fascism, and are you going to invoke articles of impeachment against Trump?
I get that you get an applause line when you call me a fascist, but I'm not. I am not a fascist. I am an American, and I would never call you something like that. But I can tell you, at the end of the day, we have to live in this country together. I have an opinion about the debt. I believe that we need to cut spending. I believe that we need to figure this out before our financial markets fail. And I will do my best to stand up for you and the Constitution of the United States.
NBC News went on and reported more on this, saying that another person accused him of lying over promises to protect health care, but voting in favor of the big, beautiful bill would trigger Medicare cuts. The bill would slash hundreds of billions of dollars for Medicaid and SNAP. And his favorite phrase of the night, next question, next question. I don't know Mike Flood. There are so many members of Congress, it's hard to know them all. I can only say, Mike Flood, that if you support what Donald Trump is doing right now, which is fascist, what he's doing with trying to silence universities, he's bending law firms to his will, he's sending people out of this country without any due process. If you're even a little bit okay with that, or you're not saying it's wrong, then I'm sorry. You might not believe in fascism, but you're helping make it happen, which to me makes you a fascist. Sorry if that's a hard truth. And there's also, again, I'm not over the pardon stuff. Donald Trump is pardoning anyone and everyone, as he's also trying to cut Social Security and Medicare from hardworking Americans. He's letting literal criminals out of the country. Literal criminals out of prison. Yeah. And here is a commentator on CNN really highlighting how disgusting this is.
This guy was supposed to be paying Social Security and Medicare taxes in for his employees, his nurses, his doctors, and instead bought a $2 million yacht.
Yeah, he's not very...
I'm not really sure that's something that we should let skirt. And by the way, if conservatives are supposed to be the reputation of good fiscal stewards, to let $10 million of tax evasion go by, you do that over and over again, I'm not sure that's a party that really cares about the economy and making sure that revenues are exceeding costs.
Yeah, it's completely unacceptable. There is no world in which you, believe in fiscal responsibility, you believe in the rule of law, but then you also support a president who is literally letting people off the hook, who committed awful crimes against normal people. These aren't people who are wrongly convicted or have been in for 30 years against a sentence. Like, I don't know, like maybe 20 years ago, selling lots of weed would have been a criminal, like a federal criminal prison sentence. and you pardon that person now because they clearly learned from it and the laws have changed. That's, I think, one way in which the pardon system is okay. What he's doing right now is a bastardization of it. I never liked the pardon system. It's awful now. It's crazy that he's just doing this like in the very beginning of his presidency. Normally they hold this stuff off until the very end. And one thing that they're holding off is Donald Trump's transcripts. There's a report here that says that the Trump White House has gone from hiding 80% of his transcribed remarks to hiding 99.5%. It's literally almost all of them. The president's remarks are live on the website for every person in the world, including journalists, to access and watch for themselves, said Caroline Levitt. And that's not true. Neither of her assertions, however, are accurate. The White House remarks page now offers a curated sample of videos of Trump's remarks, with few of the interactions with news media that tend to generate his most outlandish claims or the events in which he exhibited particularly unhinged behavior. And I have a theory about why they're doing that. But before we get to that, I just want to point out that JD Vance is posting all of the remarks. Meanwhile, Vice President JD Vance and his office continues to make public transcripts of his remarks, sending them out to the media. Since last month, Vance's office has shared 8 transcripts with reporters, including his comments in a meeting with Italian Prime Minister, I'm going to mess up that name, so I'm not going to say Giorgia Meloni. Oh, God. A speech he gave about U.S. manufacturing, and another one that involved the war between Russia and Ukraine. When asked about this, Vance's team did not respond to comment. It is interesting that JD Vance's side of the White House releasing all their transcripts, Donald Trump's side releasing nearly none of them. And here's how one person put it. The White House knows that the number of people who watch Trump's comments live at any given time is a tiny fraction of the U.S. population. The administration has purged transcripts because they don't want the American people to know what Trump is saying. They don't want Trump's comments to be widely known because more often than not, the signs of Trump's decline are present in his remarks. Trump makes no sense and doesn't seem to know what is going on around him. And as a reminder, and this is so true, as a reminder, remember when Joe Biden got attacked because he altered the apostrophe in a transcript? They added an apostrophe. Biden, during a call with Latino leaders, reacted strongly to a Trump-backing comedian's remark at the GOP nominee's Sunday rally, disparaging Puerto Rico as, quote, a floating island of garbage. Remember that whole nonsense? The president, according to the transcript prepared by White House stenographers, told the people on the call, the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters, his demonization of Latinos. It's unconscionable and it's un-American. And what the White House did was add a little apostrophe there because he was saying it was about Trump, not about his, not about the voters. And that became a huge, huge backlash. Meanwhile, you have Donald Trump, who is hiding 99.5% of his transcribed remarks. Doesn't make a blip. Anyways, as this person says, it's not curious that the transcripts are purged and the current president is trashing transparency. It is a scandal. The American people deserve a president who is accountable to them. The people also deserve a non-lapdog media that will hold administrations accountable. You can count on Jake Tapper doing more segments asking Democrats about Biden while he and his colleagues ignore a cover-up happening right in front of their faces. Wow. This is from Politicus USA on Substack. That smacks. Well, if you like this video, please hit like in the video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I don't release transcripts, but I do release 2 or 3 videos a day, and I hope you join us. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.